Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining Combine Ministries. And this is our Voices of Fathers wonderful project. Starting September the 18th, 3 o'clock on Saturday. Join us. Find us on Facebook. I'm so excited for our guest today. This is my big brother, Assim, who I haven't seen in a while. And so that's why I have a big Chester cat smile on my face. But and there are a few heroes in my life, and he's one of them. So introduce yourself, Assim, and we'll go from there.
Hello, my name is Assim Shadi. My birth name is Derek Leland Huckabee. I'm the eldest son of Walter Lee Huckabee Sr. and Barbara Jean Huckabee.
So, go ahead.
I was going to say I'm the father of Karama, Ayana Butler, and Katura Ayoka Shadi.
Beautiful daughters, beautiful women, beautiful queens, talented. They're creative beings, and they get a lot of from their father. So, if you ever follow them on Facebook, you'll see what I'm talking. You'll know what I'm talking about. So, one of the questions I have for you, Assim, is what does it mean to you to be a father? What does that sound like and look like to you?
That's a good question. I never really thought about it. Being a dad, being a father for me, probably is the most fulfilling, the most painful, the most joy-giving, and the most important task and responsibility that I've ever had in my life. So,
okay,
that's a short version.
That's a short version. So yeah. I heard you say the most painful. Can you want to elaborate on that a little bit? Are you speaking about the different challenges, or?
Well, I'm just speaking about when you watch a person grow from being a seed to a real human being to a grown person, there's a lot of angst and pain for them, pain for yourself, pain for circumstances and situations. Yeah. So I'm speaking of many things, relationships, not only with your children, but with their mothers and family members and community, and watching growing pains, watching them make mistakes, but watching them recover. So, those are the painful pieces. And then some of the things, me being a single dad, dealing with court and the state and all the things that come with those challenges. Those are painful things.
Yes, absolutely. Especially for men of color, it's very challenging. African American men and brown men, it's more. I think it's more daunting than anybody else, because sometimes it's not balanced. Being a father of daughters and growing up with sisters and father and brothers. Do you think that your upbringing helped prepare you for being a father of daughters?
Yeah, because I had great female role models in my life, and great male role models as well. My great grandmother, Katie McClure, my mama, my aunties, all of them were great examples of what great women were, what powerful women were, what creative women were. So that gave me a idea of, how to mold and shape and guide my daughters. And then I was a big brother, so I had two little sisters underneath me, and I had to put my life in jeopardy on more than one occasion because of that. But I also, I had practiced being the oldest. I was a caretaker, so I had to get them ready for school, do hair, fix food, fix lunch, make sure everything was good. Fight on the playground, defend them at all costs, and so that was the pattern set forth for when my daughters decided to come here. So yeah.
Do you think there's a reason or a mindset in society today that we don't really hear a lot about our fathers and the wonderful things that they do and the voices? And if you think it, and can you give the reason why?
Um, that's a good question. Well, I would say probably being as old as I am, I've watched the conversation change because when I was younger, fathers had more visibility and there was more conversation about fatherhood. And then there were more men who were fathers to be there to give guidance and protection and all of those things. And then as time has changed and society has changed, education has changed, and the focus became more on female empowerment, the men and boys have kind of got pushed to the wayside. And I think the push to emasculate men and take away their natural power, the power that they were born with through nature as being males, period, is being removed out of society as well. So right now, especially, I used to work in the school system for a number of years, and they try to deprogram little boys so they're not so aggressive and that they're more communicative and all those kind of things, which can be good, but at the same time, you neuter them. And then you have male and female relationships where women have an expectation of men, but since they don't know how to be men anymore, I think relationships suffer because of it. And I think that, female empowerment is good, but if you really look at yourselves as whole entities and individuals, spiritual and mundane, you will find that you've always had the power. It's always been there, and I don't know what there's no balance anymore. There's no balance anymore.
Yeah, I would agree with you about that.
Yeah, there's no balance.
So the men who are distributing those qualities that you spoke about, do you think that it's the re-emerging of that? You think we'll see that re-emerging of fathers taking their rightful place? Because I really think if they don't, the society as a whole is going to be worse than what it is, because without male leadership, without fathers being there, it's no balance, like you said, and we're lost. We are just, everybody's roles are changing, and it's no way that I can be a man and it's no way you can be a female and do what I need to do or do what you need to do. So do you think there's a re-emerging? There has to be a re-emerging of the father in the way it should have been?
Well, I think there needs to be a reshaping of maleness in general, and being a female, actually, and realize that there are the first thing that we got to realize is, aside from being human beings, we're animals first and foremost. And there are things that male animals do and things that female animals do. And, you really can't get away from that. If you did, you won't have any more children. You won't have relationships. None of those things will happen. So,
That's true.
So for those people who want to, who decide that they're going to father children and couple and all those things, the roles can't be diminished. They can be blended and they can be complementary. But my expectation for men are that they're going to, even for myself still, is that you're going to go to work every day or go to business every day, whatever it is. If you're an entrepreneur, you're going to try your best to provide for your family, and you're going to defend your family uh, and or die. You know, you have to be willing to put your life on the line, and then the expectation is that you will have a spouse that will do the same thing. You know, so that's my kind of thing in a nutshell. We're going down together.
It's going down together. The ship.
Yeah, we're gonna go up together or go down together. One of the
go down together.
We're gonna go. Yeah. So, that's it.
Are those the things that you instill in your daughters? The importance of that male, that positive, real male role model that you've exhibited to them?
Absolutely. You know, and I can see it in their lives, especially my oldest daughter. You know, she always, when she meets somebody new, she'll say, "Daddy, he's just like you. He's a lot like you. He does this, he does that. He hunts, he fishes. He, you know, he's a kind of take charge guy. He works hard." Or, no, Dad, he wasn't. He just didn't. No. Okay, as long as you know. So,
right.
Yeah. So, yeah, the expectation is there, and I've been able to watch my daughters be little girls and be teenagers and now young ladies, and to be able to have grown-up conversations with them and really hear how they think and how they process and how they move in the world, and be able to be there when they have questions or conversations or just need to have somebody to talk to is really a blessing. You know, you get to see what you have helped shape, and my children are, to me, better than me, and that's all you can hope for. They're better than me.
That's a great testament to your intent, the intention of what you placed in them. That's a great testimony. So, growing up, what was the if you could name one thing or remember, I'm quite sure there are a lot of things you could recall, but is there one moment in a relationship with your father, our father, that maybe was a paradigm shift for you, of helping you understand the importance of fatherhood or preparing you for fatherhood?
Yeah, and it's really kind of a backwards kind of thing, because growing up, I loved my father, but I didn't like him very much, and he wasn't. We didn't get along very well because we were really two very different kind of people, but very much the same people as well. But it was a point in time when my father was older. I think both of my girls were born, and it just kind of dawned on me that Daddy he did what he could do with the script that he was given, and that he's just a human being. So when I got to the point when I said, "Oh, Daddy's just a human being like everybody else, and he's got flaws, he's got his good points and his bad points," and I was able to release a lot of the anger and resentment that I had toward my father, and our relationship became much better because I had that conversation with him. I was like, "Yeah, I get it, Daddy.
Yeah,
I get it. You're a man. We all have our and then have to understand that you got to understand the world that he came from and how it shaped him." So once I had a better understanding of that, I was much better able to have open myself to a better relationship with my father.
I think those conversations are poignant, and um, they can change the trajectory of everything for a person. And I think it's important for parents to be consciously aware of that, and children, because sometimes our children can see us as being so perfect, and may not have been the intentional message behind it. We're human beings; we make mistakes, but they're children, and sometimes even as adult children, they can still be immature in some of their thinking. So I think that was a good moment for you. So before we end our broadcast, can you talk about, I know, our father's anniversary of his passing is coming up on September 18th.
Yep.
And this is the weekend that we will be launching this. So if you could leave one great moment in time or memory of our father. And before you do that, I want to say publicly that my father was my hero and my brother. This big brother right here.
Who? This one over there? No. I don't know him.
He's always been my hero, and he has always stepped up and poured into us, and taught us so many wonderful and valuable lessons, not just me, but my children and nieces and nephews and grandchildren. And so since Dad is gone, I know it still feels like yesterday, but I see you slowly migrating to that senior place and taking your rightful birthplace as being the head of our family. And I appreciate and love you for it. So
is that just a slick way you calling me old?
No.
You wrapped that up pretty nice. That was pretty fun. I appreciate that. No, it's just, at this age, you just kind of get to a point. Not only, I'm a father in many different aspects because of my spiritual tradition. I'm a father. I have many people that I'm responsible for, and I'm at an age now where, you're more decisive, more reflective. You have life experiences that you can share, and having the ability to see and understand people helps you become a better leader, a better father figure. I raised my girls to be individuals and to allow them to be themselves. I didn't try to force them into any particular category. And the same thing with my nieces and nephews. The most important thing you can be is a good human being, first and foremost. And then all your dreams, desires, faux pas, regrets, mistakes, you'll be better able to recover from those, and keep it moving, keep it moving and learn to move through the world with beauty and grace. That's the thing. You have to move through this world with beauty and grace. And those are the things I've imparted to my children, my nieces and nephews, all the students that I've taught, all the young children that we've trained in the arts and music and dance and martial arts. Those are the things you have to be moved through the world with beauty and grace. And at the end of the day, we should be able to respect you as a human being, and not just that's what I really mean as a human being. Being a man is great, being a woman is great, but you have to be a human being. You have to be a citizen of the world, not a citizen of the block, the city, your state or country, but you have to be a world citizen, and your mind has to be open to everything in order for you to have an understanding of humanity and and to have an understanding of humanity, so that you can be a better person. So you can be better. So, and that includes your spirituality, everything, You put your humanity first, and everything else kind of comes in after that.
Well, thank you, Assim, for your time. This has been very enlightening. This is Kava Ministries, Voices of Our Fathers, September the 18th, 3 p.m., whatever time zone you're in, maybe 2, maybe 1, maybe 4, but it's 3 p.m. starting. And it will go every week, every Saturday throughout the month of September and October. So please join us. Find us on YouTube at Kava Ministries. Also on Facebook. Share, like, spread the word. We're excited about it. Thank you again. Peace and blessings to everyone.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.